So if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or C-level executive, and your wife hits you with the "I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I need space. I'm thinking about getting a divorce," and you have no idea what happened and you feel completely blindsided, then this video is for you. Because in today's video, we're going to talk about how all of a sudden, and it's really not all of a sudden, she's turned distant and cold from you. Her heart has been shutting down. Maybe you've seen it coming, maybe you haven't seen it coming. Most guys don't see it coming, or maybe you've seen it coming and you've ignored it. And you're like, it doesn't matter. I'll buy her something else. I'll buy her this, or I'll buy her that. And the reason why her heart has grown to be cold and distant is because her cup hasn't been full. Now you're gonna say, like, what do you mean her cup hasn't been full, Fernando? Like, look at the house she lives, look at the car she drives, the nanny, the school, the kids, look at everything that I provide. How can her cup not be full? So you gotta remember, like, for a woman, when she comes into the relationship, she comes with a full cup. You know, when she falls in love with you, there's a full cup. And as you stop showing up, as you don't keep your promises, as you are maybe emotionally unregulated, as you maybe lack connection from her, as you don't show leadership, as you show neediness from her, all these things just chip away at her heart until it comes to a point that she's completely closed off and she's cold or distant. Or the flip side of that is that she's angry. And being angry is actually a little bit better than being cold and distant, because being angry means she still cares. She's just hurt that you've chipped away at her heart. Yes, you chipped away at her heart because it's your responsibility as the man to lead the household. It's your responsibility as the man, and the Bible talks about this, to be the leader of the household. And so she's cold, distant, and resentful because she's hurt. Because it's been too many years, because she's tried to tell you over and over again, because maybe there's just emotional disconnect, which means like you as the guy has completely emotionally checked out, and she needs her cup to be filled, meaning her heart to be filled. And you're here thinking, if I get her nice things, if I buy her this, that, or take her on a vacation, she's gonna be fine. And it's like anything, man. It's like, you know, it's like a kid getting a new toy. He's gonna play with it for a few minutes and then he's off to the next toy. But truly what the kid wants is mom to be there, dad to be there, be present, show love. Like, the kid wants you to play with him or her. He doesn't, like, the toy is cool, but he wants you to play with him or her. And this is the same thing with women. They want you there, present, in the here and the now. So if she's cold, she's distant, she's resentful, it's because she's carrying a lot of pain from the marriage, from all the years of not showing up, from all the toxic buildup. And again, and this is the hardest part, because you're probably saying, how can she be upset? Look at everything I've done for her. Look at everything I've given her. But she's upset and she's angry, or she's cold and she's distant, because she believes in her eyes, in her world, she's done everything she could for this relationship and for this family. Again, this is a story that she has in her head. It cannot be 100% true. But she feels that she can't give anymore. So it's like, wouldn't you get upset if they sell you a bag of goods, meaning like, hey, you're gonna marry this man, you're gonna be happily ever after, because that's how women think. And then you stop showing up, you stop leading, you become emotionally reactive, you're needy, you're defensive, you lack emotional connection with her, you lack presence. And then she's saying, man, did I make a mistake? Did I just get sold a bag of goods? Like, look at me, all these years that I've invested into this marriage, my youth, and it's now all gone down the drain. So this coldness, this resentment, and this bitterness stems from that hurt, stems from that pain. And when a woman comes and says, listen, I'm done, I can't take this anymore, it comes from that place because she feels she's giving it everything. So here in Divorce to Dominance, what we do is that we coach men, number one, to get emotionally regulated, because divorce, or the process of divorce and separation, can be overwhelming. And then number two, to understand what happened and why did it happen. Because all us men are very logical, so we need to understand the know-how. What's the game plan? What's the strategy? And chances are, if you're watching this video, you don't know what happened. You got blindsided. And all you see is a bitter, resentful wife. And you're trying to convince yourself that's not your fault, that you had nothing to do with it, that her family was this way or her dad was that way or this or that, the other. And those things could be true. But again, if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, it's most likely that you were checked out of the marriage, meaning like you were there in present, but were not there in presence. It's like, I like to call it like you're a zombie. You're physically there, but dead inside, right? Meaning dead emotionally inside. And so this is where the resentment comes from, because she hasn't filled your love, she hasn't filled your connection. And what we do here, like I was saying, is, get emotionally regulated. What happened? Why did it happen? Reclaim your power as a man, because all this can be very disoriented. And then how to move forward, whether it is to reclaim your identity as a single man or to reconcile. But the most important lesson here, guys, is that this is a process of, I like to call it God's wake-up call. If you're here, it's God's wake-up call. Chances are you have maybe seen this coming and you have not truly been honest with yourself. Maybe you brushed it off, said, oh, what is she mad about? Or I don't want to deal with her, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. And the thing is that a lot of the times we do that, but we forget, we as men, we kind of brush things off or really not pay attention because we're so busy with work, and you say, I have to concentrate on work. That really the pain, not only are we damaging her, we're also damaging her children, because the woman's love and her cup being filled, to the extent that her cup's filled, that's the same extent that she's going to be a loving mother to her children as well. So the bitterness and the resentment comes from this hurt, comes from this pain. Now you can turn this around, but it's going to take time. But first, you need to really humble yourself and see where you, my friend, dropped the ball. And that can be a very, very painful process. It can be a very, very painful process. So if you're interested in working with me, click the link in the description below. We'll help you get out of what I like to call the divorce fog, which most guys, especially entrepreneurs and businessmen, are in, especially when they find out or are in the process of divorce, and you're just like, I don't understand what's happening, because she's asking for space, but she's giving me mixed signals, but she's pulling away, but she's moving closer, but she texted me, but she didn't text me. This is all a very complicated landscape, and if you don't focus, or if you don't get the help, or if you don't walk the path that you need to walk, it's going to affect your business. It's going to affect your income. Because they say people don't have business problems. They have personal problems that seep into their business, that come into their business. So the quicker you can get out of the divorce fog, the quicker you can feel better about yourself, feel better about your relationships, family, whether divorce or reconciliation, and obviously feel better about your business. Your business is also going to boom. And that's what we do here at Divorce to Dominance. So if you're interested in working with me, once again, just click the link in the description, book a call, see if you're a good fit for the program. The program's growing. We're getting more and more guys each day. And that is the calling that I feel that I have from God, that it's to help other men like myself, where I was a few years ago, where they hit me with, I love you, I'm not in love with you, and I didn't get it. Like, I didn't understand what was going on, and I saw someone who was really resentful. And through this process, again, I am divorced, but through this process is where I really got to understand who I was and to remember myself, to remember who I am and where I come from. And that is truly what I'm inviting you guys to do, to really step up and become the best version of yourself, not only in the business, financial, monetary, materialistic world, but as the man, as the leader that your wife or the mother of your children and your children need you to be, and also your future wife. So that's all I have for this video. Click the thumbs up, subscribe so that you can get more content like this. Until next time, guys, take care now. Bye-bye then. And remember who you are.